Hello, everybody. I'm trying to do an example for this chapter's project. So let's get to it. This chapter discusses objects and classes and the relationships and how to use objects and classes. So here is an example. This is a UML, as you can see. We have three classes. One is book, author, and one is book, one is author, of course. And then we have book information. So for the book class, you can see it has a field that is using the author class, right? We call this composition or aggregation. That means book has an author. An author is not a primitive data type, it is a class. So that's the relationship. That means book is an aggregate of author. And then we have book information. This class contains the main method. It uses book and author. So that is the UML. And all instance variables, of course, are private, and the accessors and mutators, I did not list them because you should know what they are. And the same is true with this one. So this is the UML. Now let's look at the actual implementation. Okay, first, I want to make sure you do this correctly so that you don't get points taken off. When you create this project, you need to create it correctly with the correct name. So go to File, New Project, and project name. Your name should be Chapter 10, PP, your first name, your last name. Okay, so I will just say first, last. Do not create a project with the incorrect name and then later, when you zip it, use the correct name. That does not work. You have to use the correct name when you create the project. When you create the project, do not check this. I think by default, you have that checked. So do not check that, uncheck it, basically. That is that. Let me move this a little bit. Okay. So then you finish. Now you have a project. And once you have this project, you can see you have two folders, and you already know that. So now we create a package, okay? In the book, it uses default package, but that is really not recommended. So I'm going to create a package. Since this chapter is about classes and objects, I can just say classes or objects. Okay, practice. So you can create your package and don't check this. Uncheck create package info. You don't need that. Click finish, and then right click or go to file and create your new class within this package, okay, my class. So that's how you create this. Mainly make sure your name is correct, the package, the class name, not the class, the project name. Okay, so now let's look at this project. I already created, you see, that's the correct name. Chapter 10 PP, my first name, my last name, okay. And I also have a package called objects. Do not use the default package. In the book, the author is using the Revel platform, so he did not create the package. But in reality, you always create your own package. Okay, so remember the author class, right? So since this is a class that's being used by book, we need to create this, define this class first. So let's look at the author class. This is the author class. By the way, you can see this is package, right, in this package. And this is called documentation. You all know that. This is easy to do. I'm just going to show you. What you do is you type this and two of them and press enter, and automatically you have this format So now you can write your comment there and just press enter, and you can write your comment. Okay, so make sure you know that. That's one thing. And then we have public class author, and these are the private instance variables. And remember, your instance variables should always be private, right? In the book, the author used the default, which means there is no access modifier. That is also just to demonstrate the access possibility. That means if you don't use any access modifier, it's default, and it can be accessed by any class in the same package. But actually, when you program, you always want to make your instance variables private to achieve encapsulation of objects. So we always make them private. And this is called documentation. That means these are the instance variables. And then I defined two constructors. One is the no argument constructor. Remember, when you define your own constructor, like what I did here, the default constructor created by the system is gone. So if you need one, you need to create it. You need to actually define it. So that's what I did. I defined this no arg constructor, and then a constructor that accepts the two instance variable values. But you can define another constructor and simply say public author. You can only accept name, right? And because these instance variables have default values, and you can just give it a name, for example. No, not that. So you can say name, this name equals to name, right? And then number of books will be 0 by default. So you can define another constructor, of course. Also, we discussed this in the previous chapter. This .name means the current object's name. It means the instance variable, because they have the same, this variable, this actual formal parameter name is the same as the instance name, instance variable name. So we want to differentiate them. We use this .name always on the left-hand side, and name always, that's the value you assign to, so it's on the right-hand side. And this is not the same as a number, so you don't have to use this, but you can still use it. It's not necessary though. Okay, so that's that. And then we have the accessors. Accessors are returning. Every accessor has the name get by the variable name. So it returns the same data type as the instance variable type. So name is string, you return a string, and you simply return the instance variable. Number of books published is an int, so your return type is int, and the name is get number of books published. Notice the naming convention. Camel case, you start with lowercase letters with get, and then capitalize the initial letter of each word. So you simply return the number of books. And then set name, mutators always return void, because you are changing things, you are not returning things. So the return type is void, and you always accept the same data type as the instance variable type, right? Name is a string, here you accept a string. Number of books is an int here, so you accept an int, okay? And once again, this name and the new name are different, so you do not need this. You can, but you don't need it. A number and the number of books. Your instance variables are always on the left-hand side, because that's the destination. That's the variable you are changing. So your parameter value is always on the right-hand side being assigned to. And then toString. Okay, the toString method always returns a string object. So the return type is string. I'm doing this in a short way. No, in the long way, actually. So if you look at this, I declared a string object, string variable, and just initialize it to empty string, and then concatenate the string. Okay, so toString method always returns a concatenated string representation of the instance variables. So here we have two instance variables here, and now we will return both of them. But at the same time, since you are returning a string representation, you want to make it look formatted. Okay, you want to format the string. So this is what I did. Author name, just to explain what this field is, plus name, that's the instance variable, and go to the next line so that it looks good. Number of books published plus the instance variable, right? This is the concatenated string with the instance variables, and then you return that result because toString always returns a string. Okay, this is the author class. Now let's look at the book class. I already explained all these except this one. Now here is the aggregation relationship. We defined the author already. Now we are using it. So this field, if you look at the book, it has a field that is of author type. So private author, author. Actually, you all know string is a class also, right? But string is used so often that sometimes we feel that it's a native, it is a primitive, but it's not. It's a string class, but it's built in the system. So not built in the system, it's in the Java library. While author is not in the library, but we need it. That's why we define it ourselves. So private author, author, okay. You understand these, and so you accept three formal parameters, and this is author, right? So we assign that author to this instance variable. Okay, and the accessors, you all know how to do that now. Get author, once again, returns an author. Remember, accessors always return the data type of the instance variable. So your author is an instance variable and its type is author. So get author will return that. Okay. And these are the mutators. Set book title, string title, you understand that. Let's look at set author. Set author, because it's a setter, it's changing the author, so it accepts a data type of the instance variable type. And so we accept an author object, not any primitive data types, right? Set author, and whatever author you give me, I will assign that to the current instance variable, the author. Okay, that's the setter. Now, let's look at the toString first, and then we will look at the it's on sale method. Public string toString, if you compare the toString method, look at author, I used three statements here. One is declare a variable, then concatenate the string, assign it to result, and then return that variable. For book, I did it differently. This is just to show you the two different versions. So this is simply returning the whole concatenated string and book title plus the instance variable. A book price, I added a $sign here so that it looks good. You understand it immediately. It's a price and price and author. And also notice I use the new line character so that it's on three separate lines, right? Plus the author. And in the previous slide, in the previous chapter, I discussed the toString method. When you use the object in a concatenated string, or when you use it in the println method, you do not need to call the toString method. It's automatically called. So this is the same. This is the same. Okay, but you do not need to do it. You don't have to explicitly call it because it is implicitly called because you are using this object in a string. Okay, so that's the toString method. And then let's look at this public Boolean on sale method. So what this does is return true or false, indicating whether the book is on sale. I can say based on the given price, right? Given price. Okay, so you give me a price, give me an amount. I will compare it with the original book price here and decide whether it's on sale. I did it in two versions to show you you can do it these two different ways. This is one way. Okay, this is one way. If this price, the instance variable price, is greater than the price you give me now, that's this price, right? That means if the original price is $30 and you gave me 29, then the $30 is greater than 29, then the $30 is greater than 29, that returns true. Did I do that? Is it on sale? That should be, yes, that should be on sale, right? Now it's 29, it's $1 less. So it's on sale. Okay. And then else return false. That means if the current price is not less than the original price, then it's not on sale, right? This is one way of doing it. You can do it with an if-else statement. You can also do it with this simple expression. Remember, this Boolean expression returns true or false, evaluates to true or false. So the current price is greater than the price you are having now. That means it's not on sale. That means it is on sale, right? The book original price is greater than the price given. So that means it's true, returns true, on sale. Otherwise, it can return false. So you can use this one statement for this method, or you can use this if-else statement. I want to show you that. Okay, so this is the book class. We are done. And now let's go to the book information. The book information, you only have one main method and you are using both classes. So here is the book information. This is the header. You should all have this. You have to, otherwise I'm taking points off. But once again, you can do it very easily. Just enter your name, your date completed, and the description, etc. Okay, so it's easy to do and you must do it. So now this class book information, I created 3 author objects and 3 and 4 book objects. And notice that I use the mixture of the constructors. This is the no arg constructor, and these are the constructors that accept parameters. No arg constructor and the constructors that accept parameters, right? Okay, so I created the author mainly for the books because book has an author. You can see that. And also remember that the order must be correct. Title and then price and then author, because that's how you define your constructor, right? Okay. So here, first I'm testing the toString method, and notice that book 1 is the object. Once again, in the print line statement, you don't have to call this explicitly, but you can, but you don't have to. So that's why you can just use it. Book 1, and I just give it a new line character so that you have a separate empty line. Okay. Test the toString method, and then test the mutator method. I'm setting name for author 1. Remember, author 1 has nothing. Everything is null, right? Okay. So I'm setting the name, setting the number of books published. And for book 1 now, book 1 is also empty. So now I am setting the book title, setting the author 1, and setting the price. And then test the result of the mutators. which is using the toString method to test it. Okay, and then test the accessor method. And notice that I'm using these new line characters just to format the output. So calling the accessor methods of book so that your output is very meaningful and informative, right? So that you know what is being done. That is the function of this statement. Okay, book to author information, book to get author returns the author, and this author's toString method will be used, right? Okay, book 3 get price and book 4 get book title. So I'm just using different objects to show you. That's the test the accessor method. And here I'm testing the on sale method. It's on sale method, right? Oh, by the way, when you have a Boolean method, you usually start with is or has. So on sale, it's on sale. Immediately you know this is a Boolean method. That's the naming convention. So if book 2 dot is on sale, you are saying you see a book on the bookshelf and its price is $5. So you want to know if this is on sale. You just say book 2 dot is on sale $5. And the method, remember, will compare that with the price, the original book price, right there. Okay, so it will do that comparison and tell you if it is on sale. So if that returns true, you will print out book 2. This is calling the toString method. It gives you the information. This book is on sale. Else, the book information, this book retains the original price, or it's not on sale, however you want to say it. That's one way. I'm showing you another way using the conditional operator. So book 3, that's the information. Book 3 dot is on sale, 29.99, okay? Is it on sale? Remember the conditional operator, it's two things. One is the question mark. After the question mark is the true value if that is true, and after the colon is the value if false, right? So is it on sale? If this returns true, then you print out book 3 is on sale. And then if that is not true, you print out book 3 retains the original price. Let's see, book 3's price is what? Book 3's price is 27.99. And here we are comparing it with 29.99. So it shouldn't be on sale. It's the original price, right? Okay, I'm going to run this. And you can see that's the toString method being tested. The 4 books are printed out. That's here, right? The 4 statements. And then I'm setting them, changing them. And then after calling the mutator methods, now you have different, I'm printing book 1. Book title is As I Lay Dying, and the author and the number of books published. So because I changed author 1 and book 1, and now you have new information instead of null, right? Originally, book 1 is null. So now after the setters, it works. Book 1 has actually information. And now after calling the accessor methods of book, okay? So calling the accessor methods of a book, and you can see book 2 author information, book 2 author information. This is the author's toString method, and then book 2 price information. Oh, I used book 3, so this should be book 3. 3 price information 27.99. And the book 4, book title information, book 4 get book title is Jane Eyre. So if we see book 4 is Jane Eyre, book 3 is 27.99. That's the original book, right? Okay, so that's the accessor method. And then this is testing the Boolean method. Oh, we discussed this, right? Okay. So book title, so this is printing out the book to the information. Book title is this, and book price is this. Book author, book published, that's the author. Two-string method is being called. It is, everybody, it is in this two-string here. So, okay. So, and it says this book is on sale. Original price is $9.99, and now you are asking if $5 is on sale. So it says it's on sale. And this statement, we said it shouldn't be on sale, right? The book title information and book price and book author information, book 3 and book 3 is on sale. Book 3 retains the original price. It's not on sale. That's a different way of using that method, Boolean method, using the conditional operator. So that is this project, this sample project. Let me just make sure when you do your project, format your code well. Look at how I formatted. You can watch this and just see how this is formatted. You need to format it well. Okay, I'm looking at my notes and see how what I should tell you. I think I mentioned everything. Book information, constructors. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I mentioned everything. That is it, actually. Everybody, that's it. Okay.